Please be seated. When I stopped by earlier, I noticed the phrases on the tablecloths: learn, engage, change, and online, on campus, on track. And as I realized that tonight we were gathering here, I knew we would be doing all three of these things. We are on Tlingit Ani land, and we are doing our best to stay on script tonight, knowing that we are here to celebrate the graduates. Before I begin, I want to say how grateful I am to be with you here in this incredible place. We are pleased that you could join us this evening for the 2026 University of Alaska Southeast Sitka Campus Commencement Ceremony. My name is Jeremy Rupp, and I am the director for the UAS Sitka campus. I want to start our festivities tonight by acknowledging that we are on UAS Sitka campus Tlingit Ani Tlingit land. We want to say thank you for the wonderful stewardship of the land that has occurred since time immemorial for more than 10,000 years and continues to this day. Our pledge as a university is to partner with our Tlingit neighbors to live, work, and play in this amazing place in a manner that brings honor to this land, alongside those who live here now and the generations that will follow. Before we start, I would like to remind you to silence your cell phones. Please be aware of our 2 exits. The restrooms are out the front door there, to the right, and then to the left around the corner. Before we start, I would like to, before we formally welcome everyone to tonight's celebration, I would like to invite you all to join me in a brief grounding practice. 1,000 years of meditation. You can practice this anywhere you go on the planet, and I have made it a common practice of mine. Sometimes I have practiced this with people here today, and if you would join me, take a deep breath. I'm going to take a deep breath. And bring your awareness to where we are right now, physically sitting right now here in Harrigan Hall in Sitka, Alaska. With your eyes open or your eyes closed, I want to encourage you to cast your mind back 500 years. Imagine this exact spot 500 years ago. Who was here? Who was not? Did the landscape look different, the same? Try to imagine the smell of the air, the sound of the environment, the weather. Feel as best as you can what it may have felt like in this very spot 500 years ago, and sit in that for a minute. Now bring your focus forward to the present moment. Think about the fact that we are all, right now, sharing this space. What has brought us here together today? Consider your family lineage. Do you hold ancient history here? Did your journey bring you across oceans, guided by generations of family motion, adventures, and new beginnings? How do you find yourself here today? Take a moment and notice the present, the sound, smell, the feel in this room. Who is here with you? Think about how our individual paths have converged to share this exact space and time. Finally, I want you to cast your mind forward 500 years. How will your presence, your hard work, your actions impact this space 500 years from now in your own nameless ripple? What might this place look like, sound like, and feel like to those that stand here half a millennium from now, feeling in some ongoing way how you chose to show up today, the hard work you have put in, the studying, the engagement, the effort? Today is a day of purpose, is a day of celebration, and a day of commencement. We welcome the proud parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, cousins, spouses, sons and daughters, and friends of our graduates, those who are here in person and those who will be viewing this online. Thank you for supporting your graduates. Welcome, dedicated faculty, staff, administrators. Welcome and congratulations to the University of Alaska Southeast Sitka Campus 2026. To signal the achievements of their students, American institutions of higher learning conduct formal ceremonies to award appropriate degrees and credentials earned after a prescribed course of study. The act of taking an occupational endorsement, certificate, or degree, as well as the designation of the day itself, is known as commencement. Historically speaking, the term commencement originally referred to a time when an apprentice would begin their apprenticeship. It then later became the name of the day on which master's and doctorate degrees were conferred, so that the masters and doctors could commence their work. Today, commencement marks the time when students who have finished their preliminary education set out upon the career for which they have prepared. Graduates, we celebrate your achievement in this commencement ceremony and recognize this milestone in your educational and vocational journeys. A milestone worth celebrating. Our graduation numbers are strong, with more than 90 UAS Sitka Campus Occupational Endorsements, Certificates, and Degrees. However, as 70 to 80% of our students attend classes online, many of our graduates are unable to join us tonight and will be receiving their degrees in absentia. Additionally, we are happy to recognize 5 additional University of Alaska students living in Sitka who are receiving their degrees from other University of Alaska campuses. They have been invited to participate in our local ceremony. I would like to introduce our dignitaries and podium guests on the stage tonight. Starting from your left, Dr. Aparna Palmer, UAS Chancellor. And next to the Chancellor is Dr. Scott Billingsley, Provost of UAS. And next to the Provost, this year's commencement speaker, Mr. William Spivey. And sitting next to our dignitaries and commencement speaker are Elder Herman Davis and his granddaughter, Heather Powell Mills. I'd like to thank them for joining us too. This evening, our graduates' names will be read by Ms. Christine Galiza, an administrative assistant, and Ms. Sheridan Bacon, UAS Sitka alumni and speaker of the Alaska Native Languages. Good Lord. Next, I would like to acknowledge our faculty and staff who provide exceptional teaching and administrative support critical to our students' success. They are the heart and the engine of our institution. They are dedicated to serving our students in person, online, and hybrid environments. Will all the faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? Thank you, and please be seated. I now welcome Chancellor Palmer to the podium to recognize an elder who will be receiving an honorary doctorate of law at the Juneau Commencement Ceremony on Sunday, May 3rd, for his lifelong commitment and work to preserve the language, traditions, place names, artifacts, and art of the Tlingit people. We thank him for his leadership and his resilience, a culture bearer for generations to come. Aparna.
Thank you. As Dr. Rupp mentioned, on Sunday, we will be awarding our honorary doctorates at the commencement ceremony in Juneau. But because one of our awardees is here in Sitka, we wanted to recognize him today as well, here in his community, with his family, with his friends. To earn an honorary doctorate from the University of Alaska Southeast, an individual must distinguish himself, herself, or themselves by making significant and long-lasting contributions to the state of Alaska, to their discipline, to their profession, or to the university. Today, I have the privilege of recognizing an individual who has made lasting and profound contributions that have transformed his community, that have transformed our university, that have transformed Southeast Alaska's history and the history of Alaska as well. I would now like to ask Keo'utish Herman Davis to come to the stage along with Heather Shiki and Achle Helen Dangle. I'm going to make a few more comments as they make their way up to the stage, and then I will turn it over to these individuals. Thank you for joining me. Keo'utish Herman Davis is extraordinary. He serves as the clan leader of the Luknach Adi, or Koho people. He is also of a very small number of master-level birth speakers of the Tlingit language who remains on earth today. Because of his knowledge and dedication, he has spent his entire life ensuring that the language and everything it holds within is preserved so that it can be passed on to future generations. Keotu Éesh Herman Davis was born in 1933 in Todd Cannery and raised in a home filled with the ancient stories, the ancestral places, and the ways of his people. Because of how he was raised, he bears knowledge within him that only a few people have been able to gather directly. He has carried the great responsibility of sharing the language and the traditions and the culture of his people now for nearly 100 years. For 50 years, he taught Tlingit language and dance through the Sitka Native Education Program, helping build the curriculum when there was none, translating stories back into Tlingit when only English versions remained, creating Tlingit names and words when they were lost, and weaving song, storytelling, place, and traditional ecological knowledge into his teachings. He has worked to repatriate ceremonial pieces held in museums across the country and collaborated with scholars to preserve the knowledge of the Tlingit places that map his people's relationship to this sacred land. The importance of his contributions cannot be measured, and because of his leadership and the sacrifices that he has made, he will be known for generations to come. For his courage, his resilience, his generosity, his humility, and his leadership as an elder, as a clan leader, as a culture bearer, we will be honoring him with an honorary doctorate of law from the University of Alaska Southeast on Sunday. Soon, he will be Dr. Herman Davis. Please join me in congratulating him. I now want to turn the microphone over to Akhle Helen Dangle to offer Herman a special gift. And after that, I will turn it over to Heather to say a few words and introduce the group that will offer song and dance to commemorate this beautiful and special occasion. Thank you.
Gunafchi Shaparna. I'm Akhle Helen Dangle. I'm an academic advisor here at UAS, and when we heard that Juneau gets to award the doctorate instead of Sitka, we're like, well, we can't do that. We have to honor Uncle Herman. And so we came up with a bowl that Professor Liz Zacher put together this last weekend. It was very quick. It has a formalin whale that was Wayne Price, Carver Wayne Price in Juneau, designed for UAS, and so that's what's in the bowl, and we're going to give it to Uncle Herman since we don't get to award the doctorate. Cheesh.
Tlein gan síl de cadúhan. Sé ó den échi, aniad cúsani, siad caquán, a chun éan, iadú a hálílc. Hayacus ke da ke dich sati. Hu awe bachsatu satini. Ha ka ke na Éesh. Ha tu latink sati. Tleo tu Éesh. Ha lilk o has du yu atangi wutua ach. Du chenach. Atua dach ke ha bachlatsin. Helch as o han. Johan su. Ye ka ke wa a ya ya gi yi. Aj awe ka ye sheikh. Ya ka Tlein. Hadach khan kisani. Has aksak wood. Has aqawa khit. Hayuk atangi ha kusti yi. Yachye hayati. Du adyan tu naqj. Wushten tul shat. Kusakhan kat. Tulaan tin. Yakachtu dlaq. Kuchte. Yayantu dlaq. Hayuk atangi ka ha kusti yitzu. Ye oa. Stuga ha dati. Yatu adlaq. Tu yakachtu dlaq. Atlingan al chish atlich. Achdag anug o. Tleo tu Éesh. Atlingan al chish. Ye aya. I'm not going to translate that. My grandfather wanted to share a couple words. And before I hand this over to you, I want you all to know how wonderful it is for him to be in the home that he was raised in, and how wonderful it is to see those that he helped raise, the generations that are in this room. His great-grandson is in this room, many of his great-grandchildren. I'd like for you to all turn and look at this very back row. I'd like to ask my grandfather's family if you could stand up, please. His children, his grandchildren. As I hand the microphone to my grandfather, I'd also like, for those of you that have been a part of Tlein, AKHIMA, Sitka Native Education Program, or any of the teachings from my grandfather, if you could also stand. These are the people that have been raised by giants. I want you to see one of them is receiving her master's degree, Kai Kan. Tlein gan al chish. It ko ha tleich.
Gonna chase the country hall. So what's up, kach? What's doing again? Ja, ik ga het met je, dat weet. Gonna chase ya. Anyway, is that the way I graduated in class? Push me out forward a little more. Right now, I'm going to change my language. I want to talk to a graduating class. I want to congratulate all of you. Among all these people that are here, you are going to be the ones that's going to keep us safe in this great state called America. You're going to go to school more, I know, to improve how you can take care of the American people. It's all going to be on your shoulders. Outside all these walls that are around us, there are a lot of people out there that are waiting to talk to you. But there are among them, there are bad people too. So congratulations to all of you that are graduating tonight. Thank you very much for what you're doing. I feel better when I see a class that's graduating. I want to feel safe all the time. Right now, I'm 92 years old. I want to see 93, and then 94, and then 95, and then 96, 97, 98, 99, 100! It's all right if you say, see, what I'm going to finish up with. Wild thing, dum, 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 dum. You make my heart sing. Dum, 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 dum. You make everything groovy. Dum, dum. Wild thing, dum, 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 dum. Well, yeah, wild thing. That's what I want you all to do. Make my heart sing. Make my heart sing. Gonna cheese you. Gonna cheese you.
At this time, it is our honor to invite the new Tlein dancers, and for those of you that are here that have grown up with us that would like to join, please join us. New Tlein dancers. Iguaya Kwan.
On behalf of the New Tlein dancers, I'd like to say thank you to the UAS for honoring our leader. He's the last elder leader that we have, and so we cherish everything that is being done for him. Herman Éesh is loved by so many people and loved by our dance group. And we take everything that he has taught us and is still teaching us. And that's why you see us up here today, to honor him. We'd also like to honor Haley. She's one of our dancers, and to acknowledge the work that she's done on receiving her master's tonight. And our other one that we want to acknowledge is Heather, who will be receiving certificates for Indigenous speaking and teaching this weekend too. So congratulations to another one. This is a big honor for us to have 3 people that we're acknowledging tonight it just makes us all so proud to see what this group has done and is still doing. You know, it was really hard for us when we started losing our elders and even our dancers. And so to have Herman and our dance group here is just wonderful. So Gunakchish for allowing us to take a couple minutes to honor him too, since majority of us will not be in Juneau on Sunday. Gunakchish.
Goodness Cheesh. Thank you, Ms. Powell and Elder Davis. It is now time to recognize a student who received scholarships from her national association. Please welcome Teresa Bell, Associate Professor and Director of Health Information Management.
Hello. The student that we are recognizing tonight is Kelly Hsu. Kelly is recognized for her dedication, compassion, and commitment as she transitions into health information management. After a 15-year career as a massage therapist, working alongside chiropractors, she also served on the Alaska State Board of Massage Therapy, contributing to advocacy and policy within the profession. Her healthcare journey began as a dental assistant, specializing in implant procedures, later helping implant surgical protocols and cosmetic dentistry practice. These experiences inspired her to pursue health information management, where she combines clinical knowledge with a passion for health systems, data, and compliance. Kelly also demonstrates a strong commitment to service through her volunteer work in the NICU at Providence, Alaska Medical Center, where she supports premature and medically fragile newborns through the Cuddle Care Program. In recognition of her dedication, service, and future potential, I'm happy to award Kelly the Alicia Graham Scholarship. Thank you.
I now have the pleasure to welcome Mr. William Spivey to present the commencement address. William Bill Spivey is a 20-plus year resident of Sitka and a 33-year resident of Alaska. Bill stated that he cannot imagine ever living in a landlocked part of the world again. Born in Oklahoma to a family of educators, Bill found the role of lifelong learner a principle to live by. He graduated from a small high school in southeastern Oklahoma and headed off to college on a baseball and academic scholarship. 12 years and a few degrees later, he stepped away from the conventional schools of higher learning and embarked on his life as a physical therapist and leader of healthcare teams. Along the way, he continued his path to learning and teaching as a high school, college, and university instructor. Bill is also a 5th degree black belt in Taekwondo, so I assume his students never gave him any problems. Bill is also a master scuba diver, trainer, and sailing instructor. He currently serves as the administrator for Mount Edgecombe Medical Center and works to lead his teams to provide the best possible healthcare experience. When he is not working, he is adventuring with his partner Angela and enjoying the company of his many friends and family from Sitka and around the world. When I met Bill for the first time, I was struck that one of the first things he shared with me was his hope to start a program educating young Sitkans on how to sail. It was clear to me at that moment that Bill was not just someone who wanted to enjoy and live life to the fullest, but that he wanted to help set others on a similar path of adventure, fun, and purpose. For these and many other reasons, we are excited to introduce Mr. Bill Spivey, the UAS Sitka Commencement Speaker for the class of 2026.
Thank you. I promised Jeremy and I did not compare notes before this evening, but it's pretty close to what I wanted to talk to you about this evening already, so you're going to hear it twice. I also don't know how I'm supposed to follow that. That was amazing. The dancing was amazing. Congratulations again for all the beautiful dancing and the honor of that. I want to say good evening to everyone. Thank you for that introduction. Honored guests, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, our distinguished graduates. My name is Bill Spivey, and I am the administrator for Mount Edgecombe Medical Center, your neighbor right up the hill and right down the road, where we're looking forward to opening a new hospital on Monday, in fact, and begin our next adventure in healthcare here. I've been out there on that side of this podium many, many times over the years, and so tonight I'm honored to be on this side speaking to you. To the parents, families, faculties, and friends of our graduates, today is as much a celebration of your efforts as it is for the graduates themselves. Your unwavering support, sacrifices, and encouragement have played a crucial role in their success. Thank you for being their pillars of strength. My own parents stood beside me during my educational journey and never missed an opportunity to sit in the audience as you are doing tonight. To our graduates, today marks a milestone in your lives. You have worked tirelessly, overcome challenges, persevered to reach this moment. Your hard work and determination have brought you here, and you should be incredibly proud of those achievements. On your way to this moment, each of you has had several opportunities to quit. You made sacrifices in your personal lives. You missed opportunities for fun adventures. You worked extra jobs to pay the bills. And you learned things you never imagined would be important to your success. You expanded your skills in time management, and you became experts in the use of new and innovative technologies. It's an incredible time to be immersed in the world of education, and you are right in the middle of it. Throughout your time here at UAS, you've not only gained knowledge, but you have also formed lifelong friendships. You've developed critical thinking skills, and you've discovered new passions. These experiences prepare you to face the future with confidence and courage. The friends that I made during my school years remain some of my most important people in my life. We reach out to one another to celebrate continued successes. We support one another in times of loss. And we reminisce about the times we shared back when. If I were to choose a single message to share with you tonight, it would be this. Regardless of the field of study that brought you here, fisheries, health information management, law enforcement, health sciences, or humanities, do not let this be the last time you seek out opportunities to learn and grow. If my words tonight are meant to inspire you, let me inspire you to continue down the path of lifetime learning. Let my words inspire you to be lifetime teachers, because each and every one of you has an opportunity to pass along the gift of knowledge that you have been given. Many of you chose to begin your post-secondary journey here. You graduated from high school knowing that while you weren't sure what you wanted to be next in life, you knew you wanted to continue to learn. My own journey after high school took me from a desire to play professional sports. I went to college on a baseball scholarship, but I really wanted to play basketball like my father and my brother before me. But at 5'6" and 125 pounds, there weren't a lot of college scouts looking for me, so I missed out on that one. From there, I went on to a teaching degree, to a graduate work in genetics and ornithology, and to a degree in physical therapy, and on and on. I applied to physical therapy 10 years after I graduated from high school. During that 10-year period, I had been a high school teacher. I taught at the University of Oklahoma. I ran and owned a martial arts school. I'm pretty sure my father was convinced that I was never going to settle down and go to work. And he was right, because 50 years later, I still don't go to work. I get up every day, and regardless of what is in front of me, I open my heart and my mind to the opportunity to learn and grow. In 2010, as I was fast approaching my 50th birthday, I realized that once again, I wanted more. I had been sailing since graduate school in the 80s, and at that moment in my life, I wanted to sail full-time, perhaps in a warm and sunny place a little bit further south than Alaska. I started looking for boats to buy, and I bought a boat that was built for the charter industry in Florida and the Caribbean. I picked up my boat in the British Virgin Islands, and I sailed it to Puerto Rico. And I began my new life as a charter captain and a scuba instructor. What was it that allowed me to consider such a radical change in lifestyle? What made me think that I could pass the classes that were required to receive my merchant mariner's credential, navigate open oceans, explore the underwater world, fix engines, repair torn sails, communicate with people in different languages? What made it possible to overcome the fear of the unknown and just go? These are interesting questions, and the answers can be found in what I will ask each of you to do today. Take a moment to think about what brought you to this place tonight. Somewhere along the way, you decided you wanted to be more. You wanted to expand your world, and you needed this degree to do it. You set a goal. You made a phone call. You signed up, and you stepped up again and again until you arrived at this moment. This will not be the last time in your lives that you will find yourself realizing you want to be more. You want to be a better or different version of yourself. When that happens, whether you question where or when you can, I want you to look back at this moment and realize that you have what it takes to take the next step. I want you to remember what it feels like to sail into unknown waters. And I want you to cast off the lines and sail on. When you look around yourself tonight, you will see a room full of people that are on their own journeys in life. Many of them have taken a similar journey as you to formally advance their education. These people are here tonight to celebrate your success with you. We're proud of you, and we look forward to celebrating with you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. That was wonderful. Each year, a student member is invited to share their reflections on the academic year. Tonight, we will hear from R.J. Rabadan. R.J. is graduating magna cum laude with his medical assisting certificate and associate of applied science, health science, and was selected as the student of distinction. Please join me in welcoming R.J. Rabadan.
Good evening, everyone, faculty, families, friends, guests, and to my fellow graduates. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever looked at your life and realized you're not the same person you used to be? Not because you planned it, not because it was easy, but because life pushed you to grow. Because that's what this journey has been for me. I didn't just come here to earn a degree. I came here to start over. When I moved to Sitka, I didn't have everything figured out. I didn't feel completely ready. And to be honest, there were moments I questioned if I even belonged here. Everything was new, the place, the people, the environment. And somewhere in the process, I realized I was new too. Still figuring things out, still learning, and still becoming. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. Because if we're being honest, this journey wasn't easy. There were days we felt motivated, and days we didn't. There were moments we felt confident, and moments we doubted ourselves. There were times we were strong, and times we were just trying to get through the day. Some of us were working long hours. Some of us were taking care of others. Some of us were dealing with things no one else could see. And yet, we kept going. That is what makes today meaningful. Not just the outcome, but everything it took to get here. Before I go any further, I want to take a moment to say thank you. To our professors, thank you. Not just for teaching us, but for guiding us, challenging us, and believing in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. To my friends and classmates, thank you for the laughter, the stress, the shared moments, and the support. You made this journey lighter. And most especially, to my family, Ate Bam and Kuya Marlon, thank you for opening your home to me. You gave me stability when I needed it most. And I truly would not be here today without you. Working in healthcare has taught me something I did not expect. That sometimes the most important thing you can give someone isn't a solution. It's your presence. Being there, listening, caring. And through that, I realized something we don't talk about enough. We're really good at showing up for others, but we struggle to show up for ourselves. We push ourselves, we doubt ourselves, we question if we're enough. But look at us today. We made it. Not because we were perfect, but because we didn't quit. There's a quote that stayed with me during this journey. That courage is not about being afraid. It's about deciding that something else matters more than that fear. And the more I went through this experience, the more I understood what that really means. Because the truth is, we were never fearless. We felt the pressure. We felt the doubt. We felt the uncertainty. But we showed up anyway. We kept going anyway. Not because we weren't afraid, but because something mattered more. Our goals, our future, the life we're trying to build. So to my fellow graduates, this moment isn't just about a degree. It's about who you became along the way. Stronger, more resilient, more aware of what you're capable of. And the truth is, we are still becoming. We don't have everything figured out, and maybe we never will. But that's not the point. The point is, with that, we keep moving forward anyway. So as we walk away from here today, I want to leave you with this. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to not have all the answers yet, because who you are is not fixed. It's something you continue to build. And maybe the most important question we can ask ourselves isn't, did I make it? But rather, who am I becoming? Congratulations, class of 2026. We didn't just make it, we grew into it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, RJ, for sharing your reflections with us. This year and every year, many of our graduates are celebrating their success in such places as Metlakatla, Hooper Bay, Willow, North Pole, Kodiak, and so many other Alaskan communities, big and small, served by the university through distance education. Though they may not be able to travel to Sitka to join us for the commencement ceremony, we take time to honor their accomplishments. Our online programs and semester-intensive programs, such as the aquaculture and scientific diving semester, also make it possible for us to be graduating students tonight from locations much farther away, such as Clarksville, Tennessee, Altamont, New York, Arcata, California, Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and Bend, Oregon. We will read aloud the names of those present tonight and include the names of our graduates in a video that will be created from the recording of this event. Graduates, we are now to the point of our program where we celebrate your accomplishments and confer those credentials and degrees that you have worked so hard to obtain. We will begin tonight's acknowledgement of academic achievements by first recognizing those students who have completed their occupational endorsements. Several individuals have started or enhanced their post-secondary education by earning an occupational endorsement. Students who have completed an occupational endorsement have obtained industry-specific knowledge and skill sets gained in a relatively short time. We would like to recognize each of these students for their accomplishments. This year, UAS Sitka is awarding 68 occupational endorsements, and we are fortunate that a number of these students could join us tonight. Will the students who have attained an occupational endorsement stand and approach the stage to be recognized as their names are read? Thank you and congratulations to these students. We would also like to recognize those graduates from Fall 2025 and Spring 2026 class of Alaska State Trooper Academy. Who completed an occupational endorsement in law enforcement. Their achievements are celebrated in a separate ceremony hosted by the Department of Public Safety. I would now like to ask Chancellor Palmer to come to the podium to begin the conferring of the occupational endorsements.
The UAS Sitka campus delivers its programs not only under the authority of local and regional leadership, but also under the ultimate authority of the University of Alaska Board of Regents. On behalf of the Regents of the University of Alaska, it is my pleasure, as the Chancellor of the University of Alaska Southeast, to present these candidates for occupational endorsements from UAS. The registrar has certified that these candidates have fulfilled all of their academic requirements, and the faculty of the University of Alaska Southeast recommends that they receive their credentials. Please come forward to receive your occupational endorsement certificate.
Alaska Aquaculture Occupational Endorsement for Kitiki Thomas Smith.
Alaska Aquaculture Occupational Endorsement, Bjorn Osling. Scientific Diving Occupational Endorsement, Theodore Everson. Scientific Diving Occupational Endorsement, Edward Tufectis. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Naomi Gibbs Zedner. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Oliver Moore. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Gwendolyn Auberg. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Cassandra Perez. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Julia Cotton. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Elizabeth Bonerman. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Alyssa Russell. Scientific diving, occupational endorsement, Hannah Blanky. Certified Nurse's Aide, occupational endorsement, Malaine Kalim. Certified Nurse's Aide, occupational endorsement, Michelle Carl. Certified Nurse's Aide, occupational endorsement, Daniela Faith Manawis. Certified Nurse's Aide, occupational endorsement, Zeta Molina. Certified Nurse's Aide, occupational endorsement, Guariosa Padme Javier. Certified Nurse's Aide, occupational endorsement, Alonza Topcock.
Welding, occupational endorsement, Graydon Baker, Donna Éesh.
Welding, occupational endorsement, Ruben Constantine.
Welding, occupational endorsement, Trevor Ananguwuk.
Occupational endorsement, welding, Aiden Phillips. Welding, occupational endorsement, Tristan Martin. Welding, occupational endorsement, Wassily Myers. Welding, occupational endorsement, Gage Pendergrass. Welding, occupational endorsement, Tristan Merkuliev. Welding, occupational endorsement, Macon Enoch. Welding Occupational Endorsement, Novin McDonald. Welding Occupational Endorsement, Till Merkuliev. Welding Occupational Endorsement, Dmitry Chikalushin. Welding Occupational Endorsement, Brianna Nelson. Welding Occupational Endorsement, Dennis Lestenkoff. Welding Occupational Endorsement, Ezra Phillips. Infant and Toddler Development Occupational Endorsement, Ava Urias.
I would now like to ask Chancellor Palmer to come back and confer the UAS undergraduate degrees.
The UAS Sitka campus delivers its educational programs not only under the authority of local and regional leadership, but also under the ultimate authority of the University of Alaska Board of Regents. On behalf of the Regents of the University of Alaska, it is my pleasure as the Chancellor of the University of Alaska Southeast to present these candidates with degrees and certificates from UAS. The registrar has certified that these candidates have also fulfilled all of their academic requirements, and the faculty of the University of Alaska Southeast recommends that they receive their credentials. Tonight's ceremony honors the achievements of 29 students earning undergraduate degrees and certificates. Many of these students have attended the University of Alaska Southeast via e-learning from towns and villages all across the state of Alaska. Others are residents who study here in Sitka or by distance from other University of Alaska campuses. Although those who are not present may have been unable to travel to Sitka today to participate in our celebration, we respectfully confer their degrees and certificates in absentia. Please note that cum laude means that the graduate earned a 3.5 grade point average or higher. Magna cum laude indicates a GPA of 3.8 or higher, and summa cum laude means that the student is graduating with a 4.0 GPA. Graduates, please approach the podium to receive your degrees.
Certificate in Indigenous Language Teaching, Heather Skakey Powell Mills. And a certificate in Indigenous Language Speaking as well.
Certificate in Medical Assisting, and Associates of Applied Science in Medical Assisting, magna cum laude, R.J. Rabadan. Nursing Associate of Applied Science, Sasha Sugarman Wallace. Nursing Associate of Applied Science, Sasha Welch. Technology Associate of Applied Science, Rain Davis. General Program Associate of Arts, Carla Rodriguez. Interdisciplinary Arts, Studies in Art, Bachelors of Liberal Arts, Ariella Hughes, cum laude. Interdisciplinary Studies in Bachelor of Arts, Deborah Lyons.
The decision to continue one's education beyond the baccalaureate level signifies a commitment to becoming highly prepared and specialized in one's field of study. Graduate degrees and post-baccalaureate certifications and licensures serve to identify scholars pursuing an in-depth understanding and mastery of their chosen profession. To recognize the accomplishments of our students and for the conferring of graduate degrees and certificates, we invite the candidates for the University of Alaska graduate degrees and licensure certificates to please stand. It is my pleasure to present these candidates with University of Alaska graduate degrees and graduate certificates. The registrar has certified that they have fulfilled all of the academic requirements, and the faculty of the University of Alaska Southeast recommends that these candidates receive their awards. Derived from medieval origins, academic regalia has been worn by scholars since the 11th century, when the rise of universities began in Europe. Learned clerks robed themselves in gowns, capes, and hoods, thus marking the difference between town and gown. The hooding of graduate students represents their entry into academia as master scholars. The provost and our faculty will assist in this ceremonial gesture as the candidate comes to the podium and the graduate degree is presented. I would invite Provost Billingsley to join me at the podium, in addition to Dr. Elaine Alvey, who will also assist in the hooding of our students.
With a Master's of Arts in Teaching in Secondary Education, Michaela Larson. And with a Master of Arts in Teaching in Secondary Education, Kaikan Haley Steffes.
Tonight, we celebrate all of your achievements in the presence of family and friends. On the recommendation of the Chancellor, with the concurrence of President Pitney, and by the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of Alaska as a representative of the University of Alaska Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degrees and certificates and occupational endorsements you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and honors you so richly deserve. And now, to make it official, graduates, will you please stand? It's time. Would you please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left, signifying that your journey from student to graduate is now complete. Please join me in celebrating our graduates.
With assistance from our faculty and the podium party, let's begin the Academic Achievement Awards presentation. I will start by asking Associate Professor Joel Marcus, Assistant Professor Angie Bowers, Assistant Professor Lauren Wild to take the stage to present the Applied Fisheries Graduate of Distinction Award.
Good evening. Each year, the faculty of the Applied Fisheries program select a student of distinction. Our selection is not only based on academic performance, but also a student's character and their contribution to the discipline of fisheries as a whole. This year's student of distinction is Drina Hayward. Drina is not able to join us tonight, but instead will be receiving her award in absentia. We'd like to say a few of the many reasons why she's deserving of this award. Thank you.
Drina Hayward has truly demonstrated dedication to her academic and professional journey. She has earned a certificate in applied fisheries, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Resources. Her experience includes work in invasive species monitoring and trapping of European green crab, which contributes to the protection of local ecosystems. And she also works at the Tamgis Salmon Hatchery in Metlakatla and is active in fisheries policy.
All of this work highlights her commitment to sustainable fisheries and community-based resource management. She is currently working for the Metlakatla Indian Community's Department of Fish and Wildlife, further advancing conservation efforts and applying her expertise in the field. We know that she will go on to make a difference in the world of natural resources and fisheries, and we'll miss having her in class, but we can't wait to see what this next chapter takes her. Thank you.
Teresa Bell, you want to come up? Present your award.
Shayna Fuldner, a proud native of the Athabascan village of Galena, Alaska, who exemplifies dedication, resilience, and a deep commitment to serving her community. Raised in a close-knit rural environment, her experience as a student athlete and participation in a subsistence lifestyle helped shape the strong work ethic and sense of purpose she brings to her career today. Her healthcare journey began as a medical receptionist, where she quickly discovered a passion for the field. Through determination and continued growth in front office and revenue cycle roles, Shayna built a strong foundation in healthcare operations, ultimately pursuing a career in health information management. Shayna earned her Associates of Applied Science in Health Information Management from UAS and went on to achieve her Registered Health Information Technician credential. She now serves as a Medical Billing Specialist 3 with the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, where her expertise support reimbursement, compliance, and the overall integrity of health operations. Beyond her professional role, Shayna is an active leader in her field, serving as a secretary for the Alaska Health Information Management Association. Her commitment to excellence, continuous learning, and advancing healthcare data quality reflects her passion for making a meaningful impact across Alaska. It is with great pride that we recognize Shayna Fulmer for outstanding achievement, leadership, and dedication to improving healthcare for the communities she serves. Thank you.
I'm pleased to award R.J. Rabadan the Student of Distinction Award. R.J. started out as a Sitka START student with the goal of advancing his education in healthcare through medical assisting. Today, R.J. is graduating magna cum laude with his medical assisting certificate and an Associate of Applied Science degree in Health Sciences from the University of Alaska Southeast Sitka campus. R.J. has navigated courses with consistent attention to course content, demonstrated curiosity and competency, and was well prepared for online class meetings and clinical skills labs. Throughout his academic journey, he has remained committed to education, personal growth, and developing the skills needed to succeed in the healthcare field. Outside of school, RJ enjoys cold dipping, hiking, and spending time in nature. RJ has continued to work during his academic journey at the Sitka Pioneers Home. Through his clinicals, job experience, and volunteer work, he's developed a deeper understanding of patient care, responsibility, and the importance of compassion in the medical field. These experiences have all strengthened RJ's passion for helping others and serving in a meaningful way, and he plans to continue pursuing additional healthcare education to further his knowledge and experience. We're honored to have been part of his story and have him serve as this year's Student of Distinction.
With the audio not working with music, we were trying to figure out what to do to let everybody know that when we're done, we're gonna all file out. So a celebration like this cannot happen without the hard work and contributions of many people. Again, I want to thank the stage party for traveling here to make this a very special occasion. Special thanks to Mr. Spivey, R.J. Rabadan, for sharing your remarks with us. We'll clap for the exit? You'll drum clap? Oh, awesome, almost there. The Commencement Planning Committee, Teresa Bell, John Ingman, Randy Nutting, Naomi Buck, Christine Galiza, Becky DeRoos, Greg George, spent countless hours planning this commencement ceremony, many of those hours going unseen. It is hard to believe that the planning for this event started last December. Thank you so much. I want to say a warm and a final thanks to our graduates and their families. You earned this special ceremony with your many long hours of sacrifice, dedication, hard work. We are proud of what you have achieved and wish you the absolute best. So everyone is aware, The Beak, a local award-winning restaurant, will be hosting a complimentary dinner for graduates from 4 to 6 p.m. tomorrow. Graduates, guests, and UAS staff and faculty are invited. The Beak will provide a free entree for graduates and 10% off to family and friends. Thank you to The Beak for this generous offer. We're going to get clap drummed out of here. I'd like to ask the audience to remain in place as the stage party, followed by faculty, staff, and then the graduates file out. If you want to take a photo of your graduate as they are leaving the ceremony, please know that our faculty staff will be forming a line for the graduates to pass through. So you will need to position yourself far enough back to not interfere with that line. Opportunities for photographs will be available in the reception area. Please join us for some light snacks, beverages across the hall immediately following the ceremony. One more time, graduates, congratulations, and I hope you have a wonderful evening and all the best on your adventures that await for you. Thanks.